and welcome to my channel. My name is PM Hernandez. I am an author. I write kissing books and I play The Sims. And this here is my Sim self. Ignore the Wicked Whims notifications. This here is my Sim self aged down to a teen. So I learned something recently and something I didn't know. You all probably knew because you are all super intelligent, well informed, and much savvier than moi. But I did not know that seasonal affective disorder can happen in the summer. And I only realized this when my healthcare provider sent their kind of monthly newsletter, and they were like, hey, you may be suffering from this. Look at these symptoms. This is something to be aware of. And yeah, I think I am suffering from that. And so in the summertime we think, wow, it's the fun time, right? This is the time where we get to enjoy the outdoors. We get to do all kinds of fun things. Um, we have nice weather, all that stuff, right? Well, apparently, that can be very pressuring, very triggering for some people that, this expectation that they are going to have a good time, that they're going to go on vacation. Maybe they can't because of, they've got money issues or there's things going on in their life that they just can't, spend that time or that money, whatnot. Or if you're like me, you're a mom. And I remember going on vacation with my kids and feeling like it was just being at home, but in a different location, right? I still had to cook. I still had to clean dishes. I had to, plan things, activities for the kids. And it was kind of stressful because at least at home, you can, you're in a familiar environment, right? You can take care of things in a place where you know what's what, you know where everything is. You're not spending any extra money. You're not having to worry, hey, does the vacation rental have the right size pot that I need to make spaghetti because the kids love spaghetti? All that stuff. There's just a lot of planning that goes into it. It seems like, especially for moms. So anyway, it can affect people. This, summertime seasonal affective disorder. Lots of bright lights, because the sun is constantly out. The heat, and for me, that is particularly triggering because lights are you know, in particular, are, it's an issue. You all are getting a window into my soul today. So, lighting is very important. Like I have these lights in my house. They're right above, right? They're sunken into the ceiling, and I hate them. I call them the bad lights. I prefer soft lighting. I prefer as little lighting as necessary to get the job done. So anyway, all this to say, I haven't been feeling great this past month or this month. So July and August have been particularly difficult for me. I haven't wanted to do anything other than play cozy games like The Sims and read books. So that's what I've been doing and feeling very unproductive and feeling kind of negative. But I feel a lot better now knowing that there may be an actual reason for my mild depression. So, anyway, if you're feeling that way too and you're wondering what's going on, maybe seasonal affective disorder is out there just ruining your summer like it is mine. But one thing I have found, and this is going to make people laugh and think I'm super silly, but one thing that has really helped me in the last week is I have been playing as my sim self, aged down to a teen, and kind of living out my ideal life. I'm going to have her do something just here in the background while we take a look around. Here, you just do some singing. Um, so it's been kind of fun. So in my ideal life, this is an idealized version of my life, right? I'm out here in the countryside, living in a cottage, living kind of a hippy dippy life, right? I have like the extreme kind of like eco warrior thing going on here, right? I've got my water and my energy coming from, the sun, the wind, water from a dew collector, right? Kind of fairy vibes, but not fairy. She's a real world gal. She doesn't have any superpowers. She's just her. And she has her animals, right? She's got some chickens, no roosters, just hens, so she can get the eggs and have a good time with that. She's got her gardening going on. She's got her llama, just mostly for companionship, but occasionally she remembers to shear the llama's wool because don't want the llama to get all matted, right? Like that's the thing. She's got all her little flock here of birds that help her with the gardening. Very very snow white, coated. Lots of little bunnies. She makes money on the side through her artwork, through her knitting, and through selling honey and beeswax and making candles and selling that. She's just gotten onto the whole apothecary train here. Oh, Apple is getting on in years. No. Apple was her first hen. Her first llama was already taken by the Grim Reaper, and so we really don't like him because our first llama, her name was Cotton, and we had a high relationship with her. She was like our best friend. Why am I suddenly going up? That's weird. All right. So she's just living her best life out here in the country. She's got a little pond here in the back that if she wants, she can bathe in. She can splash around in. And she's just living her best kind of hobbit life. Hobbit, hippie hobbit. That sounds like hip hop too much, but hippity hoppity is what it sounds like. Her best hippie hobbit life. Lots of friends, lots of adventures out here in the countryside, and yeah, and just playing as her. She dropped out of school. She'll get her GED maybe later on, but she's just living her best life out here in the countryside. She's an outdoorsy gal, so singing gives her the trapped inside moodlet. So she'll make little faces even as she sings, even as she likes singing, I think. Yes, I love singing, but then trapped inside. Conflicting moodlets. But, this has been very, oddly enough, soothing and I don't know, kind of reinvigorating my Sims play. So you may want to try it if you're feeling, maybe if you're bored with The Sims, or maybe you're feeling in your real life like things just are kind of, I don't know, you're feeling a little down, you're feeling a little lethargic and mentally uninspired. Maybe make, an idealized version of your Sim self because it's The Sims. You can be absolutely whoever you want. It doesn't have to be exactly you, but you can still call them your Sim self. Maybe it's how you view yourself. Just make your Sim self and give your Sim self the best life that you would want. So maybe they live in the high rise in the penthouse in San Myshuno, or maybe they live in a cute little starter home in Oasis Springs, or maybe they, I don't know, live in Glimmerbrook and they're a spellcaster. Whatever, whatever your ideal life would be, play that, give that sim your name, and just kind of claim that happiness. I don't know, it's working for me. So anyway, thanks for listening to my rant. I hope you enjoy this video. It's not very big on content, but just sharing a little glimpse into my summer and how I'm dealing with a bit of the blues myself. But as always, I want you to go read a book.